Welcome to the Lovestead.
Hello my friends, welcome back to Lady Lovestead Reads. Today I'm sharing with you a bookshelf tour and my goals for the year. I did pre-film my bookshelf tour and it is what it is. I'm still developing my home library. I want to get another bookshelf yet, so it's a work in progress, and I don't really have any specific way that I've organized my books. It just, whatever fits, that's where it goes. There is one bookshelf that I don't end up showing you because it's a mess. So this is real life, and I think I will try to film a bookshelf tour annually so you can see the progress as we go. So here we go with the tour. All right, we're going to start with my first shelf, and I will ask that you still excuse the fish tank air pump noise in the background. All right, so at the top of my first shelf, I've got this Wizard of Oz like Polly Pocket toy set. The Wizard of Oz is my favorite movie. I got that when I was like 14, I think. And then I have the Frasier Funko Pop. So there's Frasier, Martin and Eddie, and Niles. The first shelf of my bookshelf has nail glue on it. But actually the first two shelves of this bookshelf are all of my books that I have that are in French. So like these are all books in French, not English, because I do read French and speak French. And my French professor from my college days gave me all of the books up here that are in French and down on the second shelf as well. But then I also, I was running out of room, so I stacked some other books here. Just some random, there's thriller, literary fiction. That's one of my favorites from when I was a kid. And these are all like favorites of all time right here. And then I have this little sign that says Love Lives Here because my last name is Love. And then an Iron Man Funko because my boyfriend's favorite Marvel is Iron Man. Okay, the second shelf here is more books in French. And then these are some of my like language dictionaries. And then I've got vases. So these are some like cute little mini vases. They are Japanese, authentic, made in Japan. Found them at an antique shop and just fell in love with them. And then this was made in Israel, I believe. Yeah, there's no marking on there, but that's like hand-blown glass made in Israel. Got some candles. I have these little dollhouse things. My dad gave me a big box of dollhouse stuff that I had at my old house, and I actually did end up giving most of it away to some kids. But I kept a few pieces. So I kept the coffee grinder because we all know I love coffee. I kept the Tiffany lamp because I absolutely love Tiffany lamps. And then I had to keep the chickens. So those are all from my dollhouse when I was a kid. Okay, the next shelf for books, I've got my Marissa Myers collection. I've got my Kristen Kishore, the first 3 books in the Graceling series. I have all of my Tess Gerritsen. And then just a couple of random books. For decor on this shelf, I just have some crystals. Like, I'm not real woo-woo about crystals. I don't think they have like special powers or anything. I just think they're really pretty. This is, what is this? I believe this is the Buddhist Terra. But this, it's like really heavy, high quality little statue. And I actually got it when there was a Buddhist relics display that like came through town that had just, it was just a really cool like display. And so I got this at that. This is my horsey that I've had since I was a wee little girl. And I love it because it looks like my horse lady a little bit. Then this is another one of those Japanese vases, mini vases. I just absolutely love. Blue and gold are my colors. So that. This is a picture of my cats and Orlando when I lived in my other apartment. And then I just have some candles. Shelf. It has books by the writer who shall not be named. And then my Tess Gerritsen Mercy Thompson collection is there. And these boxes just have like random stuff. Like, this is what I keep my bookmarks in. But I just got a really nice tin from Crate that I think I'm going to put my bookmarks in that instead. And like my bigger bookmarks are like down here. So we'll have a different spot for those bookmarks. And then I've got Harry Funko and my Doctor Who Funko. And then the next drawer down, you're going to have to excuse the dust. Not drawer, but shelf. Just a bunch of random fiction and nonfiction. And this I was going to use as my TBR jar. But since I got a nicer one from Crate, I don't know what I'll use that for now. Moving on to the second shelf. So here are two of my pothos plants. We've got a golden pothos here, and then a neon pothos here. And then here's where I keep my classics. I really want to collect hardbound, really nice editions of classics that I love. So the first few here are actually collected works of classic authors: Mark Twain, Charles Dickens, Edgar Allan Poe, William Shakespeare. I've had these since I was a baby, honestly. They were in my parents' collection and they passed them down to me. And then I've got the Arabian Nights, and these are all Barnes & Noble editions. So I've got Arabian Nights, Anna Karenina, Fairy Tales by Hans Christian Andersen, Divine Comedy, Anne Rice, Vampire Chronicles. This is a really old War and Peace that I found at a used bookstore. Got Paradise Lost. Then on this shelf we've got Kidnapped, Wuthering Heights, Treasure Island, Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Beauty and the Beast. We have some Hemingway. These I just got in the mail. I did an unboxing video of them. But it's Sherlock Holmes and Dracula. It's the Seasons editions, and they're just so gorgeous. And then Frankenstein, Emily Dickinson letters. These are all Jane Austen, Swan's Way, and then Winnie the Pooh. And on this shelf, I have this glass fishy. I got this for Christmas one year from my mom. Got some seashells from Jamaica. And then a pretty little box. You can't really tell in this light, but it is blue. And it's just got little trinkets and things. Some crystals. It's got some euros from when I was in Europe. Just little oddball stuff. The third bookshelf. So this is a Dracaena plant. And this is a begonia maculata, and then this is a watermelon peperomia. I've got my candles here. A random SD card from filming. You know you're a booktuber when you find these on your bookshelf. And then that's a picture of me on a horse when I was like 8 or 9. It was just a random trail ride, not a horse that I owned or anything. Okay. Now on this shelf, in this bucket's where I keep all my wax melts for my candle wax melts. I have a dead plant. Another random stack of books. The Thoroughbred Books series is there. This is a very old carousel. What do you call these? Snow globe that I've had since I was a wee one. But it's really beautiful. Like, it's really beautiful and intricate. And also, it looks like the horse I have now, Lady. Can you tell I've loved horses since I was little? Okay, the next shelf just has Thoroughbred books and some random photos. That's me and my little brother. And then more random books. I do have one other bookshelf. It's tucked in the corner of this room, and it's a mess because I have a bunch of electronic recycling stacked up next to it that I need to take out. So I'm not going to show you that because it's a little bit embarrassing. But it's just a shelf and all it has is nonfiction on it. There's some fiction on there too now that I'm looking, but it's not in any particular order. Once I get my next tall white shelf, because I want to have 3 of these tall white bookshelves, then I'll probably reorganize all the nonfiction and stuff that's on that last shelf. This is the tour you're getting for now. As my library grows and builds, I'll do update videos. That was the tour of my bookshelves. As you can see, I've got quite a variety of books, some in languages other than English, so there's a lot that I need to read on those shelves. I did go ahead and tally them up. So I tallied both the books on my physical bookshelves and the books that I have on my Kindle, my e-reader. And it's a little bit sad. So, okay. I'm going to give you a second. We're going to start with my physical TBR, my bookshelves. Guess down below how many books are on those shelves. Give me your guess. I'll wait. Put the number on in the comments. It's probably higher than you think. Did you guess? Okay. So the total number of books that I have on those bookshelves are 468 books. I have read 159 of those books. So my rate or percentage of books read to books unread is about 33%. And I'm on track to finish that bookshelf TBR by my 839th birthday. Next on my Kindle, I have 243 books, and I've read 44 of those books. So that percentage is 18%. So there you have it. That is my actual TBR of books that I own versus books that I own that I have read. And it's not pretty. Maybe I need an intervention. Let's move on to my reading goals for the year. One of my goals is to make sure I am reading a book from my physical TBR and a book from my Kindle TBR every month so that I chip away at those unread books. I would like to increase the percentage of books read by at least 1% for both my physical and my Kindle TBR by the end of 2022. Now that's going to depend on how many books I bring in and purchase. So this could be an interesting game. Other reading goals for the year. I want to be more selective about what I read and make sure that I am reading the books and really leaning into the genres and styles that I like. I would like to read 12 classic books this year, so basically a classic every month. I'd also like to read more Kindle Unlimited. I have a Kindle Unlimited subscription, and I'd really like to get my money's worth out of that subscription by reading a couple KU books every month. For my Goodreads reading goal number for the year, it is 100 books, and last year I read 165. I think I'll be able to hit 100 again this year. And then lastly, I would like to binge read book series so that I don't read the first book in a series and then step away from the series, and then when I come back to it have to reread the first book. So I want to binge read series and not take any breaks from them. Like, I can take a break here and there, but like, keep on top of those series, if you know what I mean. Alright, that's it for this video. That was my bookshelf tour and goals video for the year. I'll check back in, either at the start of 2023 or the end of 2022 and see how I do on those goals. And if you made it this far in the video, make sure to leave a stack of books emoji. And until next time, make sure to continue to read good books, drink a coffee, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye!